So next to solution we have the suspension. How suspension are formed? Suspension is also having two components, solute and solvent. When they both are getting mixed with each other, then a suspension is formed. Okay. So we are going to form a suspension of sand particles with water. And suspension is not a true solution particles of suspension settle down in the bottom of beaker after some time. When you leave it. Okay. So this is how suspension is formed. So when I mix the sand particles with water, so after filtration, you can see sand particles left as residue on filter paper. So this is how suspension is formed. Suspension is basically formed by the mixing of the two particles, from which first one is solute and the other is solvent. So when we mix the solute in the solvent, so after the mixing of the solute with the solvent, like I am having sand particles, they are not be able to mix within the solvent. So when I left this beaker for some time, after the mixing of both of the particles, so you can see that sand particles are not getting dissolved in the water, and we have left sand particles on the filter paper after the filtration process. So this is a heterogeneous mixture, which is not called as a true solution and also called a heterogeneous solution. Understand? So this is the second type of the solution in which we read about the suspension. Next to this we have the colloidal solution. How colloidal solutions are formed? Colloidal solutions are formed basically, for example, if I am getting mixed the egg yolk with the water, so you can see that the yolk of the egg is not getting mixed with the water. So this is the example of the colloidal solution. Colloidal solution particles are also be observable after the filtration process. So we also do the practical on the suspension. So thank you so much all of you. This is your topic of today. So along with we also done the practicals of both of them. So if you have any question, then you can ask in your WhatsApp group. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz. For the practical of the solution, for making a solution of water, I am having this water and it is 150 ml. So and I am having this sodium chloride as a common table salt, which is also called as sodium chloride. So I am going to add this salt in the water, mix water. Water is a solvent, and this solute you can see that it's in less amount, and water is in the large amount or higher quantity. So I am going to adding this salt in the solution of in the water, which is as a solvent. So I am adding around about 1 tablespoon of the salt in it. So you people can see that and I am continuously stirring this solution because I want to add all the constituents, all the particles of the salt in the water. And by adding it in the water, you can see that there is nothing which is left in the solution. As a suspension, there is a homogeneous mixture. You can see it clearly that there is nothing left, but there is some salt which is left in the bottom of the beaker. When we continue our stirring, so by continuously stirring this solution, you can see that there is nothing left which is left or settled down in the bottom of the beaker. So by the continuous stirring, after the continuous stirring, I will also filter this material. I will also filter this solution. So as I said that it's a homogeneous mixture. So according to solution formation, which is a homogeneous mixture, there is nothing left which is on the filter paper. By continuous stirring, when it is fully dissolve within the water, so we will filter this solution. So this is the mixture and this is the homogeneous mixture. You can see that this is the mixture which is in which there is nothing left, but if you are still having the solute particle, then you continuous your stirring. So by the continuous stirring it will dissolve. So by continuous stirring you can see that there is nothing which is left in the solution. So now what we will do, we will filter this solution. Okay, we will filter this solution, and for this filtering process what we do, we have a filter paper. So students, for the filtration process I am having this filter paper, and you can see I am folding this paper, and I also teach you that how you can fold this paper. This is your filter paper which is in the circle shape. Okay, so half firstly you will fold this in the first half, one half, and now you will fold this again, and you will have its total 4 layers. You can see 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we want this shape because we want to keep it adjust in the funnel. This is the funnel which is used in the labs for the sake of filtration process, and this is the filter paper which through which we filter any kind of the solution whatever we want. Okay, so when we fold this filter paper in the 3 folds, so you can see that we will adjust it. The 3 folds will be on one side and the 1 fold will be on the other side. So by keeping it adjust in the funnel, we will adjust this funnel in the stand. This is the stand which is used in the labs for the sake of the we will adjust this funnel in the stand for the sake of filtration process. So you can see that I am adding solution, little amount of solution like this, and you people have to observe that is there something which is left on the filter paper or not. So the filtration process is getting started, and on the other side I am having the another beaker which is this is having nothing in it. So the water which is getting filtered through this filter paper will be adding in the beaker 2, which is in my second which is on the so the filtration process has been started, and you can see we will add the more solution in it for the sake of filtration process. So the filtration process is getting started and the water is filtering from it, and when this water is filtered completely from this funnel and getting diminished from this funnel, then we will see in the second beaker that is there anything we will see, or we will observe our filter paper, there is there anything left on the filter paper. So wait for the filtration process to be completed. You can see the water is getting out of the funnel drop by drop, and the water level in the filter paper is decreasing. So I am going to filter the solution of water and salt. So this is your filter paper which is adjusted in the funnel, and on the other side I am having the second beaker. So I will pour some amount of solution in it and filter it, and water will getting started filter, and it's falling down drop by drop in the second beaker. So after the filtration process we will observe that is there something which is left on the filter paper. So you can see all the water is getting filtered from this filter paper. This is your funnel, in which filter we attach a filter paper, and you can see there is nothing which is left attached or which is left as a residue on the filter paper. And this is your beaker in which the water after filtration is getting extracted. So from this experiment we can detect that there is nothing which is left in the filter paper. So the solution which we made from the mixer or mixing of water and salt, it's a homogeneous mixture in which nothing is left. Okay. So next to this we will do the experiment of the suspension, that how suspension is formed, and after the filtration of suspension, does we have anything left as a residue on the filter paper or not. Okay, so I am going to start it to form a suspension. So you can see that these are the sand particles. I am getting mixed these sand particles with the water, which is a solvent, act like a solvent, and you can see I am getting started to make a suspension of both of them. So by mixing this solution, you can see that the particles of sand are not getting mixed with the water. So when I will filter this solution, so after the filtration process, we will also do the filtration of this process as well as we do the filtration of the solution. So you can see that there is nothing which is there is the sand particles which will left as residue on the filter paper. Okay, so we are getting started the filtration process of this suspension. So this is the another beaker which I kept below the funnel. So this is the same funnel which is having the filter paper on it and which is having nothing on the filter paper. So after the filtration of the suspension, you will see that there will be the residue of the sand particles. Suspension is basically that solution when we get mixed both the solute and solvent in it. So solute act like a suspension. So after some time you can see that these are not getting mixed with the water, they are settled down in the bottom of the beaker. So when I filter this solution, so you can see that the sand particles are settled down in the filter paper. So wait for the filtration process of this suspension. We will observe the results after the filtration of this water. So the filtration process has been completed. So you can see that there is something which is left as a residue in the filter paper. You can see it clearly. Have a look. So these are the suspension particles which are not getting mixed with the water, and when I am trying to mix the suspension, when I am trying to mix the sand particles with the water, so for after some time they settle down in the beaker, and as well as when I filter them, so they are seeable on the filter paper which are left as a residue. You can see it clearly. So from this it proved that suspension particles are not a true mixture, suspension is not a true solution. Okay, suspension is not a true solution. The particles of the suspension are not getting mixed with the solvent completely. When we leave it for some time, so we can see that the particles of the suspension are settled down in the beaker, and when we filter it, then they settle down in the then they left on the after the filtration process on the filter paper, and we can see them as a residue.